Hi, I'm Joe Fitzgibbon, State Representative for the 34th District. I want to thank you for tuning into another of my video updates. I want to talk a little bit today about gun violence and steps that we're considering here in the House of Representatives to keep guns out of the wrong hands. As I'm sure you know, there have been many tragic incidences of gun violence in the last year, and there are many more incidents that happen and don't get headlines where people are killed by guns being in the wrong hands. One of the approaches that we're exploring would deal with background checks for private sales of firearms. Currently, if you buy a gun at a gun store, there's a background check that takes about a minute for the seller to perform to make sure that that you're somebody who doesn't have a criminal background that would disqualify you from having a gun. But guns can be acquired at gun shows without any background check at all. This is a big loophole in our law that makes it easy for guns to get into the wrong hands. People who do have criminal backgrounds are able to access guns at gun shows. We're considering legislation this year that would close that loophole and would require that private sales of firearms involve a background check. This is one of the steps that we think can help keep our kids safer and keep guns out of the wrong hands. Another piece of legislation that we're looking at to keep guns out of the wrong hands relates to safe storage of firearms. I think we can all agree that small children should not be playing with guns as toys, but too many kids die every year from playing with guns that are carelessly left around by members of their family or others. The legislation that we're considering would require that guns in households with children be stored in a safe way that keeps the guns out of the kids' hands. So these are just two of the approaches that we're considering this year to keep guns out of the wrong hands and keep our kids safe. But I welcome your feedback about these, and if you have any ideas of your own about how we can improve the safety of our communities, I'd love to hear from you at any time. Thanks, and talk to you next week.